even in episodes that are exposition and talking and no fights at all, has some of the most insane budget to the animation I have seen all year. I'm gonna say it right now. Even episodes that are just seeing characters like Kirei just walking around the fucking room with his menacing aurora around him, that animation is still ridiculous. Oh my god. You would think you would have an animation drop or something when you see scenes like this in a series, but no! The animation looked fucking ridiculous, dude! I don't know how the company does it. I don't know how they continue to pump in animation like this. The animation art is just, it's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. Even episodes like this when no action has animation like this that makes my eyes just like, oh. So, this episode, I want to tell you right now, getting to see Kirei in this episode and his dark atmosphere around him, oh, my feels inside of me just lit up. It really lit up in this episode when I saw Kirei start to talk to Emiya, because I instantly remember that final fight in Fate Zero between, Kirei and, Kiritsugu. When I saw that entire scene where Kirei was talking bad about Kiritsugu, I'm like, bitch, no. Nobody talks about my boy Kiritsugu like that, okay? Kirei's sitting there smack-talking Kiritsugu when he's technically dead now, and that makes me mad. That really makes me mad. That really, really does. Because, I mean, seriously, Kirei and Kiritsugu had a massive freaking battle. We remember how that was. Well, with this, seeing how Kirei said he was not a worthy person to obtain the Grail, he was very weak and stuff like that, dude, that just strikes you in the fucking heart, dude. That really does. Especially when you know what, Kiritsugu went through. And to see how they're, trash talking him. Even Rin started saying something like he was a weak master since he attained, like, an incomplete Holy Grail. I'm like, oh. Oh yeah, I want to mention something real quick. Sawyer, I'm glad you're watching Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. This is a great series, and I'm glad you're jumping in on the hype and on the epic sauce that is Fate Stay Night. So, expect some great things from this series. I'm just going to say it right now, and once again, hopefully we both enjoy this wonderful ride of Fate Stay Night. Okay, so with this episode, we get the nitty-gritty details of the Holy Grail War, what is going on, we get the exposition we need, and we find out exactly what is going on with all the different masters, like 7 masters, 7 servants, and they're all competing over this Holy Grail. And with this episode, we have Kirei being the priest, or the fake priest, as Ren calls him in this episode. He's being the priest that's going to be the overseer watching over everybody in this season of Fate. And right there, it's pretty ironic. I mean, you gotta think about it. I mean, how Kirei was in the past. You remember that? Kirei was just... it's hard to believe he's like the overseer and he's the priest. And to see how he is and knowing how he is, oh my god. Like, you can tell he's evil in this. Like, that dark atmosphere coming off of him in this episode, like, he wasn't trying to tell Emiya you could just kill the servants. He wasn't trying to tell Emiya that at all. He was trying to avoid that as much as possible until Rin spoke up. For instance, Kirei was telling Emiya that, like, oh, you gotta kill master versus master. Masters have to die. But as we know, you can kill the servants and the masters can live on. They just get protection by the church and they're fine. But the way Kirei was wording his sentences and stuff, he was trying to make it to where you have to kill Rin or Ren's gonna try to kill you. And that was like, what the fuck, man? That is really messed up. You gotta love how he's manipulating stuff in the background. Now, I want to say one thing. With the ending of this episode, my hype, oh... The hype with that ending of this episode, man. That Ilya. When you see Ilya's just, oh my god. When you see Ilya right there just speaking, and when you see the atmosphere around the entire episode change, and when you see that big fucking berserker, did you see that? The fucking animation. Did you see that animation on Berserker? Oh my god. The music. The music in that scene, man. Damn, that was nice. That was really nice. The thing is, will we have a battle between Berserker and Saber next episode? Because, I mean, with the ending of this episode, you have Berserker just standing right there. You see a menacing-looking Ilya, and then you have the entire portion of just how Emiya's not a proper master, so he can't really heal Saber. Saber's going to eventually run out of mana. That was explained in this episode. So Saber's kind of on a time frame right now. And to see how Berserker, one of the worst classes to probably go up against by yourself, that's not good. That's not good at all. So that overall ending, man, has got me hyped. Because I don't exactly remember what happens next. I don't remember what happens next in, the Fate Stay Night. But either way, I'm really looking forward to seeing what is going to happen next week, because my hype levels, man, are up. When I saw Berserker with that updated animation, and when I saw the way the music betrayed at the end of this episode to cliffhanger me, I'm like, you fucking bastards, you would cliffhanger me right there. You would. You would bitch slap me in the cheeks because you don't want me to see this fight this week. Now, I want to say right now, I am really fond of that opening song. I am really fond of that, and I can't get enough of it. I've actually listened to that opening song quite a bit this entire week. I can never get enough of it because it's so addicting. Oh, Fate Stay Night music is addicting. Anyways, this episode, honestly, it's sad getting to see how Kirei is smack-talking Kuritsugu. We get our setup of the characters. We find out that Rin and Emiya are going to try to repay each other's debts. For instance, Rin says at the end of this episode that she's going to try to repay her debt to Emiya for stopping the battle between Saber and Archer. And then Archer popped up a very interesting piece of dialogue in this episode at the end, stating, like, since technically this master is weak, and Saber's weakened too, it would be the proper time to attack a weakened master. And the way Archer brought that up, you have to admit, it makes a lot of sense. It does make a lot of sense from a perspective of a servant looking at it like that. It makes sense. And so, you can't really blame Archer for saying that, because, you are trying to fight over this holy grail that grants wishes and it's omnipotent. So, you have to think about it. Overall, tell me your thoughts of this episode of Fate Stay Night Unlimited Budget Works. Love y'all so much. You have a wonderful day. Please be safe. Chibi out.